Wow.
I don't know what happened, but I
just
got on the bus and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Hey guys, it's Omzi here. This is Talking Shit with Omzi and Friends. I got Michael and Alan here. Say hi.
What's up, guys?
It's your boy Mick here.
Yeah, so today we're gonna be talking about false advertisement at like E3 and stuff like that. You know, when they put up the games and whatever and they have all this
Cringe.
Yeah.
Cringe.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about false advertisement and we're gonna go through a couple of topics concerning that kind of stuff, I guess. So yeah, false advertisement. Like, what do you think about it? What are your opinions on it?
I don't like it.
I feel, Michael, I feel like false advertising is downright it's a quite effective thing nowadays because it's happening to more and more games as they get released, and I feel like the consumer um, doesn't gets all hyped up and turns out it's not as good at what it is. So, in my opinion, a waste of money, and I reckon companies should probably do a bit better when it comes to advertising.
Yeah, and it usually happens with most of the popular new games that are coming out. Say, Call of Duty and stuff like that. Like they've gone downhill really fast.
Shocking reviews.
Yeah.
Multiplayer, has failed.
Yeah, a lot of popular games, they've gone real downhill. So I I just don't like false advertisement in general, and if I ever experience it with any games, like I just refuse to buy any more games from that developer, unless of course I'm confident that the game is actually what they say it is. How about you, Michael?
Yeah.
When
I don't know. Let's, for example, take let's say No Man's Skies.
Oh,
Now, come on, we can all say.
I knew this was gonna come up.
Look, at this point, we could all say that they overdid their game. It's basically a run around in the sandbox game. They made it out to be so much more, and what did they bring to the table? Nothing but
Exactly.
lies.
Exactly.
Their fans, like, the graphics were there, but when they showed it off, it was like, yeah, you can free fly in space. Yeah, you can, name these planets. Yeah, you can, find alien life and shit, and you can go to trading posts,
And
which is all in the game.
Did you
but
did you
it's hard to
notice?
get to.
Did you notice that as the previews went on, they stopped mentioning multiplayer a lot. Like they stopped
Yeah,
mentioning it quite a bit. Like it was.
it was like multiplayer was a big thing in that game, and then all of a sudden they stopped talking about it
Yeah.
because, in result, there wasn't really a multiplayer. Like, that pissed me off.
Like I played the game, right? The graphics were they were like absolute. They were gorgeous. I had no problems with the graphics, but I just didn't like how slow it was. It was just.
Yeah.
It was a time waster. It really was. Like with most games, most people would argue that most games are time wasters, but there are games that are less tedious to, you know, perform in.
Yeah.
Alan,
It's
yeah, man.
what?
Yeah, I don't really have anything. I reckon what you're saying is quite correct, and no further comment will be addressed.
Games like that were very.
Destiny.
Titanfall.
Titanfall was they had a pretty solid release. I'm not gonna pin false advertisement on that.
Yeah, the thing is,
as usual, Michael, it's up to the individual. But I reckon if you look at the scores and you look at all things, why aren't people playing it? Something like Battlefield 4 that's been continuing.
The thing about the
reason why people. Sorry.
All right. I sort of agree because Titanfall was good, but at the same time, well, all right, we'll look at Battlefront then.
Yeah,
Like,
Battlefront was a failure.
Yeah, that was like
Failure.
engine and all that. But look what it turned out. There's no bloody campaign. I mean, they didn't advertise that, and they weren't false advertising it. But I guess
People expected it to be in the game at
between
least.
E3 footage, yeah,
Like
yeah.
being a Star Wars
So
game, there has
that's
to
the
be at
thing. They
least some
marketed
story.
it in a way. Yeah,
They
yeah.
portrayed it to be something that it is that it wasn't
Yeah.
in the
If
end
you look
product.
at
Well,
like Battlefront 3 that was supposed to come out, all it needed was bug fixes, and then it was ready for release. And what you could do is you could fly into space and onto the planet all in like one sort of motion. So when I look at what they've developed with Battlefront, the graphics understandably are awesome, but the only thing I can see you doing in it is running around like a headless chook
excuse me.
if you're a Star Wars noob. Like that's just it. You just go around looking for all
Can
the
I also
detailed
address
rock.
something as well?
Sure.
This is wasn't this
Yeah.
probably just a little bit off topic, but normally their games are first person. They're all pretty good. Not gonna lie. Then all of a sudden, who was it? Activision hopped in.
Oh.
I think Activision's the worst false
Oh.
advertising company. Not gonna lie.
Oh.
Like they just come in and they just like I don't know. That's
It
just
could
me.
be worse. It could be Ubisoft. Ooh.
Shots fired. Bang
Ubisoft.
bang. Damn. Well, look at it this way, right? Most of Activision's games were very successful, say Spider-Man and stuff like that back in the day. They let the money go to their head, like in Black Ops, like in Call of Duty and
They
stuff like
really
that.
excelled.
In
Games
all
like,
of Call of Duty
yeah,
games, yeah.
there were games like Grid. Have you ever played Grid, that racing one?
Yeah, the racing game, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that started off like nice and sweet, and then they went all Hollywood with it. Like released all these uh race cars, stuff like that. Cars you can't really modify like to the full extent without feeling like that they were already made for you. I just didn't like that
Yeah, yeah.
concept. Like Forza, like captured that
Horizon, yeah.
perfectly. Like they let you modify your car as much as you want, like to your heart's extent, like performance stuff like that. It's brilliant. I love Forza games. Um, yeah.
I there's a topic I wanted to touch on. I can't address it now. Forgotten.
Whoops, sorry about that.
No, no, it's not your fault. Not your fault. I lost train of thought.
Oh, that's alright.
What was I addressing?
Hey, this is gonna get edited, so you better like think of something cool.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think, man.
See, I reckon the the I don't know. Can any of like you guys sort of um draw, like think of any games, not newer releases, but I guess like a starting point where this became relevant, where
Um,
it,
I'm gonna have to smack that on Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Yep. 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 Agreement. Total agreement from here.
ooh, the freshman's got an agreement on his mind. Woo!
The Call of
I'm gonna have
Duty
to
franchise went low. Went so low.
Could you almost say
Yeah.
that the Black Ops, the first game where it got a bit muddled up, or do you
Black
reckon
Ops,
No.
solid?
Call of Duty
Black
Black
Ops is a
Ops was,
solid game, 10 out of
yeah,
10.
10 out of
Wow.
10, 100%. It
And
was,
then
But
Activision happens,
that's the
and
thing.
they're like, we can make money off microtransactions.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like
Pretty
So,
stupid.
so speaking of
microtransactions are sorry, yeah,
um,
microtransactions are a big fat like you're paying for a game that they've advertised, and then they advertise it again, basically telling you to rebuy the game.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh my god, yes.
If you're gonna advertise a game with the
I could
DLC included in the trailer as well, the DLC should be free and
I
or
can
come
imagine
with the game.
Omar going into EB Games going, "Hey man, this is unacceptable. Please."
Yeah, like
It would. Like
it's all a big
I am.
like these days you have all these games, they're all just marketing ploys. Like to be honest, not even joking, 100%. Thumbs up. Gimme cat.
Yeah.
Uh they're all just marketing ploys. Like you find all these popular games, like Michael said, they have all these microtransactions and stuff like that. You have to buy crates and buy keys to open crates and put yourself through hell, put yourself in debt with PayPal and whatnot, and blah blah blah. It's stupid. Like sometimes you just think that all those companies are working together just to make money. Like of course they're sitting there trying to make money, but they're trying to cheat
But
us out
isn't
of
that
our
what
money.
companies are supposed to do?
That's what I'm saying. But they're like just trying to cheat us out of our money when they could have
Yeah,
just
but
given it to us for free.
yeah, that's what I feel like. What happened? Like, there's no reason to charge us when you're making money off the content that you've already sold us.
Yes. Oh
But
my
at the
god.
same
Like,
time, if you're paying $80, like Battlefield One, I believe is close to $80 or $90 even, right? Or even if you go like, obviously it's your choice to decide what version, but there's so many bloody versions these days. It's like, um, people are really into their stuff, but the thing that I have an issue is I'm not going to pay um, like for the base game, then for the premium, and then for your stupid twatty cunty bloody microtransactions. It's just not happening. You know, like, but there are some circumstances where it is relevant to do so. Like, I suppose, um, like mobile games. That's sort of a new thing. Like, um, but obviously, if it's the developers have made it so you can play the game for free, but they've got to make money off it somehow. I guess in some ways I can understand that. I mean, who says no to a free game? But um, yeah, but in a mainstream game, I just feel like it's totally uncalled for, and yeah, I mean, what do you think, Omar? What do you think about this issue?
Well, I just don't like microtransactions. Like in general, well, it's a good way to make
Dead
money.
set.
Just dead ass, boy, dead ass. Like
Well, so I understand your perspective. So can I ask both of you then,
what's up?
what uh, what would you do to change it? What would you implement instead of that to sort of? Is there any other method that
Well,
they could use to?
here's a thing I really liked about Bethesda games, right? Bethesda, well, the best GameWorks company in the world. Okay, just saying that right now. Skyrim, Fallout, all those other games, you can mod them, you can put mods in them and stuff like that. It's the creativity that counts. Like that's what I think about games. If you can contribute to whatever's in a game, like make whatever you want. Make the world yours. Don't you know? You could do what
but
you want with it.
to go back on subject, yeah, but to go back on subject, we'd have to say something like, don't say we can do have all this freedom, and then when the game releases, it's completely limited down to what they want.
Exactly.
Well, at the end of the day,
That
that
is what pisses me off. It
it's
grinds my gears.
and also on a bit of a on a bit of a on a bit of a tangent here, but or maybe it's not a tangent, but oh, what's it called? What were we just talking about?
We're
um,
talking about freedom in games and
yeah,
how
yeah.
at the end
So
of the product they just see you later.
exactly. So, but the thing is, the other issue, which is on a bit of a side note, is the devs and stuff maybe on a rare occasion, will actually make games for us. Like they won't even some games they won't even fix when there's issues.
Excuse me.
They'll just like boycott it. Basically, it's not really much of an issue for us. Stuff you basically.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's
and
why
that's really annoying.
the creator of No Man's Sky is under investigation at the moment because, of, yeah, of like making people think
because
that
of
they
what
can
he,
have,
he yeah,
yeah, making people think they have like whatever they want
full
when they
freedom.
really don't. Yeah,
And then on top of that, the graphics were an issue there as well. The graphics were more revamped in the trailer than they were in the game, and people aren't liking them, so they're getting
I guess
investigated.
I guess in a sense, since you mentioned graphics, Michael, I reckon a really good example of that is I think 2 years ago when they first showed off The Witcher in E3, and what a shocker that turned out to be in terms of graphics wise for a game like that.
yeah. I mean,
Or haven't you seen the footage of it?
Yeah,
The Witcher, like the graphics were bad, but they could back it up with a compelling story. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly, but
yeah,
the other issue that you've got as well with this is that you cannot crank the game up even with a Titan, right, a graphics card, right, and you'll still have issues. And obviously they'll patch it up and stuff like that, but um, there are little things like that. It's such an immersive game and a big sort of game, but you can't like experience the full um, like uh, settings and graphics wise with it, because a lot of people commented that they it's just too powerful for their PC to handle. So I guess in a sense they can easily just render a or put in-game footage, but realistically it's um like
it's shot in frame by frame, so
yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
they don't have to have a computer running at 200 FPS per say frames per second to get this clean shot. All they need to do is run it through, let's say, uh, let's just say a recording studio, and all they have to do is capture a frame of movement per second within the game, no matter what the FPS is, because it's all going to look the same when it's all put together in the end.
yeah.
Like, you know what else I don't like at all in games when they make fancy camera shots with fancy graphics and fancy effects, and then you get in game you can't access any of that. Like they make it look so good, they make it look so clean. You get the game and you're just like, I had higher expectations, and to be honest, from what you showed us to what I received, like I weighed up, and that's just not right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it doesn't
I
it doesn't add up, bruh.
It's just yeah.
it makes
Uh,
my
What the hell?
you know, I just that's what it feels like. Eh,
Yeah,
that's it.
there's nothing more worse than getting your butt to EB Games or a major games retailer, coming home, chucking the disc in your computer, and getting in, and and it's crap.
and you just
There's
sitting there looking at the screen like, what?
mate,
Yeah,
Excuse me.
after you install it, after you install the 50 gigs, what games are now
Mm.
oh yeah,
compared to what they used to be, 8 gigs, 10
and then
gigs.
the worst bit, it gets right to the end of the installation, and then Steam has to download the rest of it. It's like, oh my god,
Ah, hate that.
it makes my left foot literally go to crisis. It is so
It gives me
bad.
crippling depression.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
yeah, it's not good, and it's like, can you not? But it does anyway.
Yeah,
But yeah, but graphics is a like there's no doubt that there are some really talented people out there that can do like a lot of things. Like I guess even though No Man's Sky, let's face it, it's you can't really do anything in it. The combat's crap. The everything about it, just what is it? It's just a space sim, I guess, or sandbox. But when you look at the graphics of it, there are some bits that no game has ever gone before. So you could almost say it's kind of like a Minecraft thing, but just like
I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah. So and that's where like look at the graphics point of view. Okay, maybe the world's like doesn't have all the creatures and fuzzy characters running around. Right?
What the freaking hell?
But at the same time, you look at it and you can fly out of space and you can do all that stuff. And what I love is the endeavor for developers and animations and stuff like that to dare to dream, to actually go where no game has gone before. I mean, one thing that I reckon will start to get annoying, the new Frostbite engine, it looks amazing. Battlefield 1 sort of based on it. You could almost say that like there's some areas when I've been playing it, it looks like Battlefront in a way. So I'm wondering how long before the same sort of style will get boring in terms of with the new engine, because I can already see differences between Battlefront and Battlefront and Battlefield, but obviously there's a reason for that. But I'm just saying, how long
Yeah.
before it will get boring?
Yeah.
As Omar would say, I know what you mean, man.
I know what you mean. Hey, look, I know what you mean, dude. Look, see.
This is something that is pretty low key, man.
Yeah.
I reckon preview versus practical.
Oh, it's a good topic.
Do you want to preview or do you want to be practical?
I mean, like, what you feel when you get into the game. Like, can you actually play the game? Like, is it as playable as you thought it would be? You know what I mean?
On a little side note as well, I understand what you're saying, but there's nothing better for a person or a consumer who's going to go buy the game. It's actually for you to feel it yourself. For you to actually
have full control over the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of some,
automated system.
Some Jahash developer doing it for you. It's like, I want to do it, let me do it, But it's a bit like that, There's nothing more immersive than you actually playing it instead of some developer doing it all for you, because that's ultimately, I guess, fully experience it until you take it home. But I guess there is the beta and stuff like that. But I'm talking about the full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like perfect sync. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mate, I reckon your frame rates are perfect to sync together.
What? Our frame rates?
Hey Omar.
Yeah.
You're no longer pixelated. You're no longer pixelated.
What do you mean? What? When was I pixelated?
When I was looking at you today.
Oh.
Michael looked like some Japanese anime character.
What the fuck?
I thought I wanted with the hair tied back. I wanted to call him Daniel-san.
Well, I guess we touched on all subjects.
Alright, thank you very much. This has been a Fox Footy production, and this is my round table colleagues, Michael and Omzy Cat, Meow Cat. Alright, this has been all things cats. Catch ya in the next video.
Thanks for the improv outro. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to Alan and Michael for contributing and being a part of the video. Special thanks to he made the outro music. Check him out on SoundCloud. His name is Mask. I'll put a link in the description. And yeah, hope you enjoyed.